Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Jared Powley's Fragrance Reviews. Tonight we're going to be taking a look at a modern fragrance from the house of Yves Saint Laurent. This is known as Kouros Silver. This is an EDT eau de toilette concentration which came out in the year 2015, and this is classified as a woody aromatic scent. So apparently this is supposed to be a modern interpretation of the vintage classic Kouros, which came out in 1981, but in reality, this fragrance has nothing similar or nothing to do with the vintage version of Kouros. This whole fragrance to me is a fragrance where I'm waiting for something to happen, but it never does. This is supposedly a summer scent, a freshie, so to speak. And I find very synthetic. Again, no similarity to the animalistic muskiness of the original Kouros. This is an average scent at best. This was a huge disappointment for me. I was expecting something that was more of a slight variation or a flanker of the original Kouros, but it's a completely different fragrance moving in a modern direction. This is an ultra conservative composition. So I'm going to take this out of the package, and a lot of people think this is an older fragrance, but it's only 10 years old. Some people think it was released for whatever reason in the late 90s, early 2000s, but again, it's only a decade old. So it has a similar bottle to the original Kouros. So let's give it a spray in the back of the wrist. So initially, you get a very, I would say, an aromatic apple. It's not a bad beginning. It's slightly fruity. It's a light sweetness, but not obnoxious. But again, no connection to the vibes of the original. As it starts to dry down, you still have the soft fruitiness, but a definite floral note. So you would say like a light, sweet, white floral note. It's slightly spicy, but not peppery. But very little development. And at this point, I recognize that it's going to be a safe fragrance. It's going to be a fragrance with very little development. As we get to the late dry down, I'm still waiting for something to happen, something dramatic. I'm thinking, well, maybe, possibly something is going to change where I'm going to like this fragrance. But the late dry down is kind of ambery, still sweet, fruity, floral, white floral. It becomes a little more resinous, but one thing about this fragrance, I find it to be very synthetic throughout. So this is not my style of fragrance. So it is a definite shift in the Kouros line. As advertised, there's only 4 notes. The top note is apple, the mid note is sage, the base note is amber and various woody notes. So that could be all different types of trees, even vetiver. So when there's something like woody notes, that basically means it's just a synthetic blend, which is pretty a middle of the road and a mealy mouth. So as per performance, it's decent performance, about 5 hours. You say, who would wear this fragrance? I think some gentlemen in their late teens, early 20s. I'm almost 48 years old, so this is not my style of fragrance. This would not fit my personality or my image, so to speak. So it is a conservative fragrance, and in that aspect, if you are somebody that doesn't like to be too loud, likes to stay more in the perimeter, in the background, and just wants something that is sweetish, but not too sweet, this may be for you. And I would say that a lot of young ladies, this would appeal to them. This would be something that the younger crowd ladies would like, because it has that sweeter synthetic vibe, which the younger generation has grown up with. They have not smelled many of the vintage, if any of the vintage fragrances. So they're so accustomed to the sweet synthetics. To them, that's good. Why? Because that's all they know. So at the end of the day, I would give this 1 thumb down and kind of a half thumb. It is something, not that I regret buying, but it's not something I would wear for any special occasion, but maybe something after a person's at the gym, something very conservative Indeed. So if you like this video, please hit the like button, the subscribe button, the notification bell. Any comments or questions you have, leave them down below and I'll always get back to you. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.